Morning everyone, so it's Monday the 14th of February. Happy Valentine's Day. I couldn't resist because it is the 14th of February on picking a topic around love. I'm just giving a few of you a few moments to come on. Morning. Before I do that, next Monday is half term and I'm going to have a little break from my mentoring Mondays, but I'm going to pre-record you a video on the joys of the 9-inch or 7-inch softball. So that will be next Monday. It will be a pre-recorded video and it will just be sharing why I love these balls. I'm going to have to think of a very correct title for that live, But for now, I'm going to just get my blue Pilates ball or 9-inch softball, whatever you want to call them, to sit on because that's one of the reasons why I love them. Anyway, morning. So lovely to see so many of you joining me live. The weather is rubbish, isn't it? So happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're feeling the love in one way or another. I certainly love you. So there you go. There's your first love of the morning. So today's session, I'm going to share with you why. And this why comes from, I've got the book here, Simon Sinek, Start With Why. So I don't know if that's back to front in your screen. I can always put it in the chat, the comment in the chat. It's a good book. I'll be a little bit honest, it goes a little bit on too much about how amazing Apple are. That's the only thing that got my nerves. But it is a really good book. It's definitely one I recommend, all wellness, all service providers. Like if you're providing a service, particularly if it's a heart-led service, and I'm going to say yoga is, Pilates is, massage therapy, beauty therapy, anywhere where we're kind of like serving other people is a heart-led service. I definitely recommend a read of this book, Start With Why, because he pretty much spends the whole of the book arguing that, or suggesting that if you are led in all of your decision making, in all of your actions with the why, then everything else falls into place. So we do get naturally quite stuck on how am I going to do that and what is it I'm going to do. So I'm going to teach an evening vinyasa class and what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that by booking my local village hall. That's fine, okay? But the first place to make that vinyasa class sustainable, successful, profitable, bring the joy of yoga to those people that live around that community is why you want to do that. So that's what this Mentoring Monday is all about. And after reading Simon's book and spending a bit of time, I had a why obsessive phase after reading Simon's book. And I came to the conclusion that why do anything if not for love? Because there are things I do in my life that I'm not major fans of. I've just done one of them. It is the school run. The school run sometimes, I've got a 9-year-old, he's nearly 10, 9-year-old and a 7-year-old. And sometimes the school run can just be immensely hard work. And you get a bit frustrated because you think, why can I not? This is something I do every day. Why can this just not go smoothly every day? And it's hard cajoling children into getting dressed, making packed lunches, making breakfast, tidying the kitchen, walking them to school. You know the drill if you do the school run. Why do I do that? I don't enjoy it that much. I do it because I love my kids and I want them to have that calm, as much as possible, sometimes I lose it, that calm, beginning to their day, and arrive at school with everything they need. I'm often back up at reception with stuff I've forgotten. But why do anything if not for love? And I really do think as yoga teachers and anyone providing a heart-led service, you've got to come back to the why. Because if you do something because you feel like you should do, if you do something because you've looked at what someone else is doing and you think, well, I better do that, if you say yes to something when actually it's really a no, okay, it will never ever long term be sustainable, successful. It just won't. It's a waste of your energy, okay? And it's not bringing yoga to those people that you want to serve. Yeah, glad. So I'm just reading. Absolutely. I love this. It's how I started my business, and I reframe the way I approach my housework. Yeah, I do too. It just that sense in the Gita. If you were familiar with the Gita, sorry, sidetracking a minute, but Krishna and his inner battle about his dharma, his duty. And I definitely think there are aspects of my life, like aspects of being a yoga teacher, tax return, for example, that I don't enjoy doing, but I try and do it with a sense of gratitude. I try and have a sense of all these sort of like back office tasks that aren't face to face. I'm like, I have to do this so I can serve. It's my reason why. So I'm trying to get to 3 points. 3 points. So first of all, if you focus on the why, it really, really helps you with your mindset. Okay, and what I mean by that is it turns the spotlight off you and onto your students, because what can be one very common thing, probably I'm going to go out on a limb here and say the most common thing that I encounter when I'm mentoring and working with yoga teachers is I'm not good enough. I'm not ready for this. I'm not as good as this teacher. I'm not going to start this yet. I'm not ready. Okay, and if you turn that spotlight, that negative chitter-chatter off from you and onto your students, and think about why. Why did you do your training? Why did you train to be a yoga teacher? Why do you want to run this yoga class, okay? And there might be some superficial layers, like I want to make a bit of extra money. I want to work part-time in my main job and be part-time yoga teacher. I want to be a full-time yoga teacher. I want to give up my job and create a business, work-life balance that fits around my children, which is what I ultimately started out doing. But I also primarily, underneath those superficial areas, I wanted to share the light that is yoga with people. And by turning the spotlight, and it's my favourite thing to say to people, turn the spotlight off you and go and start that class. Like the people who train in pre and postnatal yoga with me, I'm like, start on, and I often get that, don't feel quite ready to start pregnancy yoga yet. They've done their module, pregnancy yoga module. I'm like, start that class. Start serving mums and mums to be. They need yoga. Make that your why. You want to just create a space for community for mums. So the first thing is, if you focus on why, it helps you with your mindset, which may be blocking you from taking action. The second thing, it helps you to make better decisions. I think I read the word discernment. You make better decisions. So for example, like, why do I want to do this training? Like, I run additional training courses. I really want you to come and train with me. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but this is hand on heart truth. Sometimes I will speak to someone and they'll be thinking about doing one of my training courses, and I'll be like, look, I'll be really honest, I don't think you need to. You've got all that you need to get going, because this is another thing we can get stuck in, which is I call training procrastination. I just do this course, I just do that course, I just do this course, and then I'm ready. You've got to ask yourself, why? Why am I doing that training? And if it's like, I want to bring pre and postnatal classes to my local village hall, I want to spread the light that is yin, I haven't got specialist training, then great. But if you've already done like a yin yoga training course, you course you can take my course as well if you want, but do you need to? Because you probably, as long as it's a good course, have everything you need to get teaching. And if you haven't, you should ask for your money back. That's the topic for another day. And then the final why is it helps you in your copy, content, and communications. The 3 C's. Oh, that sounds good, doesn't it? I'm going to say that one more time because this is quite important. Totally upfront here, I find writing really hard. I mean, it's a bit embarrassing because I do actually have an A for A-level English and A-level history. I don't know how that happened. I worked hard, but I just generally find writing, grammar and spelling really hard. I find copy really hard. And one of my dreams is there's enough money one day coming into my business to employ someone to help me with my copy. That's on one of my manifesting dreams. But at the moment, I wear the hat, like I'm sure most of us do, as you know, just yoga teachers, just making our way in the world. We write our own copy. Copy is anything that you are putting into writing. It's your website, it's your social media, it's your advertising on your flyers, it's your newsletter. Copy is just anything you write. And I really struggle with copy, and I've worked relatively hard at trying to improve my copy. If you're interested in this, I've done, I kind of follow a lady called Laura Worditude. Again, I'll put it in the chat after this. She's got some great courses, they're not overly expensive, some free stuff, really wonderful advice. I love her advice on copy. And one of the things that's really important when we're communicating to our students is why? Why take up yoga? Why come and do yoga with me? And it's really important that it's your authentic voice. I'm going to finish with some advice from Simon on that point in a moment. But it really helps you, and I'm going to say this, and if you find some resistance to it, I'm sorry, it helps you to sell yoga. Okay, so here's an example. Let's go back to our Village Hall Vinyasa class. You put out on social media, on your newsletter, on your website, you know, Vinyasa Yoga, 7 o'clock, Crantock Village Hall. Crantock's a lush little village in Cornwall, by the way. That's fine. People need to know where the class is, what time it is, you know, and how to book on, of course. But why should I come to that class? Why do I need the regular practice of yoga in my life? So when we're selling yoga, we're not just telling people what it is we do and when we do it, but what are the benefits? What will be the benefits of this? And then in that, why come and practice with me? What's your story? Why do you practice yoga? What does yoga bring to you? Because if you share your story, if you share your reasons why, this is your authentic voice, people can go like, oh yeah, that's something I identify with. That person sounds a bit like me. They'll come, I'm going to come and try that class. And not everyone in your class is going to be a bit like you, and that's the reason why they're there. But ultimately, the majority of people in your class will be there because they feel some kind of affinity. They're able to identify with you. We are just all human after all. So why? Bring why to the centre of everything. So Simon, in his book, has his golden circle, as he calls it, and at the centre of it is the why. After that is how am I going to, so why? I'm going to spread the light that is yoga into the world. That's my why. That is my why, okay? How am I going to do that? I'm going to run classes, that's how I started out. Then I started training teachers, and now I actually start to help train teachers because it's like, I can only help a small amount of people come into my classes. There's only a certain amount of classes that I can physically teach in a week. But if I helped train yoga teachers, and then if I help those trained yoga teachers to be successful, then that light spreads out. How am I, what is it I'm doing? Going live, for example, on Instagram on a Monday morning. So I'm just going to read a little extract. It's like a story time with Amy now. I'm going to read a little extract from Simon's book. What authenticity means is that your golden circle is in balance. So that golden circle is like why you do it, how you're going to do it, what you're going to do, okay? That's what he means by his golden circle. It means that everything you say and everything you do, you actually believe. This really matters. This really matters. So, if you are, funny enough, I think Claire's on here, one of my trainee teachers. From this weekend, we've been talking about the chakras, okay, the chakra system, okay? Now, Jane, who I run my teacher training course with, she really embodies the chakra system. She feels it within her practice and she shares it beautifully. Me, okay, I understand the concepts. I feel a lot here. I can't keep getting away from my spatial studies, my very scientific brain, my logic brain that I have, and I question it heavily. So for me to start talking about Muladhara chakra on a regular basis, because I think I should, because it's going to make me sound more like a yoga teacher, is not authentic. I am more than happy to talk about Muladhara chakra. I am more than happy to put it out there as a possibility that somebody might be able to identify with. But being authentic for me personally is also questioning that system. It's not necessarily a map that majorly resonates with me, but being authentic matters, because it will call out those students that will want to do yoga with you and stick with you in the long time. I'm going to read this one more time. What authenticity means is that your golden circle is in balance. Your why, how, what. It means that everything you say and everything you do, you actually believe. Just have that. Everything I do, everything I say, I actually believe. Whether you're writing something, putting something on social media, teaching it in a class, when you're deciding to start something new, whether it's start a new class, a new course, a new aspect to your yoga offering, your yoga business, whether you're wanting to stop something, go right back to why. Why do I want to do this? Okay, and at the heart of it, it should be, I want to share the light that is yoga. And I know was it last week? I can't remember. Remember that when I was talking about honouring your energy, honouring your own rhythm. One thing might be, I need to stop this because I'm doing too much. I'm going to burn out, and I won't be able to serve at all. All right, my lovelies. So thank you so much for joining me live. I'm going to work hard on enjoying more housework, more school runs, more tax returns with gratitude. I'm not live next Monday, but I will make you a video. It's going to be really exciting. I'll post it on Monday morning, and it's going to be how I use these 9-inch softballs. For those of you that do my pre and postnatal teacher training course, you will know I am obsessed with the balls, but they have, hi Lydia, hi Claire, they have applications into all aspects of yoga as well. Have a good Monday. I think, is it a duvet day week? This is what I'm feeling. It's like it's wet, cold, windy. So I'm going to think about all my reasons why, from my duvet this week. Or unless I'm teaching yoga, don't worry, if you're coming to class this week, I won't be wrapped in a duvet. All right, my darlings, loving you from here. See you all soon. Bye. Bye.